looking for anything in particular? Are you, you know, I
I'm
need to
going
know
to
what you guys
I'm
are
going to
trying to look
look in
for.
this wizard tower,
Yeah, you see the captain
mage tower.
starting to climb in.
I'm going to look in here and see if there's any like item or paperwork or anything that kind of says where this is from.
Well, you look inside there, and the captain is basically climbing on just mounds and mounds of trash from what appears to be a once beautiful study of a wizard's tower. You know, there's books everywhere, broken desks. You can see several tapestries that are, you know, leaning to the side and still hanging up, of course, but on the ropes they're just slanted. And you see the captain digging around in there. There's probably enough room for one or two more people, but that's
I'm gonna
just
come down and take a look. I'm going in with Captain. I'm gonna take a look around.
nice to join us there, Mordecai, as you pop around the corner. Yeah,
Teleport
teleport over. Yeah, I like it. All right,
So
Using my
is there anything in here that I can find that would tell me where this tower came from
not
before it ended up here?
everybody give me a perception check when you're in there.
yeah,
In-
I'm
in
specifically
general-
looking using my roguely wiles. I'm looking for anything of value.
Okay.
That's what I was gonna say. Is in general when Captain Tom
Damn, we
looks
can't
around,
see shit in here.
when he looks around for anything, what he cares about is not things that documents or anything interesting like that. All he wants is things
Booty.
of straight
Yeah.
value. He wants gold or something that could be sold for value. So
Yeah, Killian and Mordecai, you guys are digging around through all this stuff. You find lots of, you know, books and whatnot. I mean, there's just a ton of books. Now, Captain Tom, you find you're taking these books and you're going, garbage. You know, you're just flinging these books everywhere. Well, you fling one of these books as you're. I mean, what would you be saying as you're looking at all these books and, you know, little empty bottles of what would probably have been ink at one time? What are you saying about all this stuff, Cap? I want to hear what the captain would say about this.
No, that's interesting, but not of value. Toss it. Ooh, that's an interesting book. Let's see. Necromancy in the King. No, toss it. A vial of ink. No, toss it. Let's see over here. What about this? Ooh, this looks interesting. Well, this book is about krakens. I think I'll keep that one. Okay, let's keep looking.
that's the search process of Captain Tom.
Gotcha. So as you're fumbling through these books and you find a book on the ancient history of the Dragon Empire from the 12th age. So you say, this is crap. Well, whenever you throw it, as soon as you throw it, you see the book open up, and basically a little small lockbox goes flying across the room as it comes out of the book and lands on the other side of the pile.
The captain, literally, when he sees this, without not a moment of hesitation, dives headlong for that box.
Give me an acrobatics check. Because I know that it's part of your piracy background.
Oh my god, he catches it like mid.
Wow.
Stick the
That
landing.
very nice, Captain. So as you throw it and you notice this small box come out of this hollowed book, you jump. And you jump between Mordecai and Killian, and you catch this midair, you know, just beautiful football style in the corner of the end zone, and you land in a pile of books and rubble and whatnot. You hit your head against an old table. Doesn't take any
So he caught
damage,
it like
but
the Patriots linebacker.
basically, and you have this box in your hand.
I inspected.
The box. Now, how do you inspect it? What are you doing for your...
How big is the box, first off?
It is a small box. It's probably about 4 inches by. I'd say it's a small rectangular box, about 3 inches tall, and about 4 inches wide.
Okay. After looking at it for a few seconds or whatever, I'm gonna attempt to just open it if I can.
Okay, you open it up, and inside there's quite a bit of value in here. There are a total of 6 runes in this box, and they're all
Oh my God.
they're all shingled, very neatly organized. And there is a small piece of cloth that basically holds half of one. So it looks like, how would I say this? It looks like almost like a holder for each one of these runes. And as you're looking through them, you can see that there's 3 armor runes and 3 weapon runes.
All right, well, let's see. Killian,
Yes, Captain.
take a look at what I found. I feel like we might be able to use these.
Oh, let me see. Well then, these look rather... Actually, these do look quite useful.
That's quite a chunk of change sitting in front of you too.
How much do runes go for?
I believe they're 150
50 gold,
apiece.
right? Oh, 150. Okay.
Yeah, I believe the oils are 100.
We've
me,
got
uh,
about,
Let's see here. I'm going to tell you in just a second.
based on my estimate, we've got
Runes are 150. They're adventurer tier
900, right,
runes.
we've got about 900 gold here worth of runes.
3 armor, 3 weapon.
We could certainly use them for ourselves, or we could sell them to buy something different. But either way, I think we should hold on to these.
Captain, we may very well need those to fight this Kraken.
Aye, that is true.
Hold on a second, chaps. 900 gold is a tidy little sum. Maybe we should just, go back to town, see if we can sell these things and be on our merry way. This damn dungeon, it might be a little bit too much for us.
I could buy a new peg leg.
Exactly, Captain. Think of the things you can buy. You can buy Tara a new dress.
Yes, yes.
I see the gleam in the captain's eye.
I could
how
buy
much is
Wilbur.
how much is a small ship, some sort of galley or something, Captain? You could be back on the high seas again, the scourge of the Midland Sea, as they used to.
We could leave this island and never come back.
Damn
could-
this island, man.
We
But
could buy a
Captain,
small boat and I could sail and we could leave and have a life somewhere else.
with the
All
wealth,
right, Captain. All right.
with the wealth and the fame that we'll gain from defeating this Kraken, though, Captain, don't you understand and realize that we'll be able not just to buy a ship, we'll be able to buy a whole fleet of ships by the time we get done.
Oh,
So
you're right,
with
Mordecai.
the amount of fame you can get for saving the island of Omen, you may never need money again.
Who am I kidding? I'm always here to fight Krakens.
Very well, Captain. I
As
thought
he-
I'd play a little devil's advocate for you, but you seem to be a man of sterner things.
As he shakes the cobwebs loose. I like it.
Let's press on.
Is there anything else in this room, Captain? It's a little bit crowded in there. I can just barely peek my head in.
Not from what I can tell, at least.
Lots of books and things, it looks like.
That's what it
Aye.
looks like, yeah.
Alright. And not really have the time to read a novel or anything. I think we have more pressing business to attend to. So, shall we go further in?
Yeah, you can go north, you can go south.
Well, we're already over here. Why not go south?
You want to take a vote?
We're going south, Mordecai.
So as you round this corner, everyone, you can see that there is a break in the wall, sort of like another an alcove that's kind of going back up to the north.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you see what appears to be an old, I want to say an old butchery shop. You know, you can see there's sort of like a broken piece of architecture here, very large, Take more than what you guys have probably to move this stuff. A large slab of what appears to be possibly maybe the wall of a castle, or maybe just a large stone wall of some sort. Now, this building here has a sign that's broken and kind of, I don't want to say it's swinging and squeaking like the old Wild West, but it's kind of just hanging by like a thin little leather strap. And it's got there is. There's sort of like a giant ham shank on there. And it says the cutlery.
Well, should we check this building out?
I'm gonna move up, Captain. Do come with that light of yours or somebody. I'm just kind of trying to navigate this bit of wreckage.
I'm gonna look,
here.
Dave.
Oh,
I'm
my
gonna
God.
look in and see what's in there.
Okay, so the windows are all broken out. There's definitely something that had once been hanging. There's leather straps everywhere hanging from the ceiling as you look in. Now there's several. It looks like a counter. There's several, probably was shelves at one time that had goods on them. There's a lot of other goods thrown on the floor. You can see a couple ration packages on the ground, but they're so old. You can see that there's kind of, as you shine the torch in there, bugs are scattering all over the place. So there's a door. The door is unlocked, and you check it. It doesn't seem probably not trapped. I mean, this is in the belly of the beast, I guess you would say. So whatever was in here never knew what was happening. It was just
Consumed whole.
Open her up.
I'm gonna open it up. Go on in.
Okay. So when you open up the door, as everyone kind of, I don't know who's going in, but it's
I'm going in.
it's not as congested as. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, oh yeah. There's plenty of empty space in here, and it goes back into the wall as well, because you can only see about 15 feet of this, building sticking out of the wall, but it goes back about another 20 foot into the and sets into the wall itself, and part of the roof is gone, and there's the rock as the roof, so it's just jammed in here, just shoved in here, and there's a counter back there. There's another door. You go through the other door. This looks like where a lot of different meats were stored, but there's no type of metal. It's all wood in here. Everything is wood. Now, there's lots of these leather straps. Lots of bones everywhere also. Rats scurrying everywhere. So there's really no blood, no gore. It's just been here for a while. This is like an old,
it's so old,
an butchery
meat
shop.
whatever,
Exactly.
It's all rotted and decayed to nothing. Okay. Let's do a quick sweep of this.
Yeah, I
place,
was gonna say
fellas.
I go back to wherever the office or the counter was and check and see if there's any pouch of
Look around
coins
there.
behind there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Do you need a perception for that, or you just?
Yeah, I want everybody to give me. Yeah, everybody's in there
I'm gonna have
searching
a look
around.
as well. I'm looking all through shelves and anything I can see in here.
I crit the perception. Oh no, I had the crit the perception.
Everybody's killing it. Oh my God. We're all really interested in the butcher shop.
I got to give you 2 of these.
Until Mordecai comes in and just falls on the floor.
I like tater tots. So there's lots of
The
bags
rest of us
of.
have like magnifying glasses out. We're looking. Oh, I think there's been a rat over here somewhere.
Beams shooting out of our eyes and ears.
Yeah, so there's all kinds of bags of salt and probably other curing ingredients that are in these bags. Of course, destroyed over time. There's several butcher blocks made of like a very thick marble top. and you're searching and one of the counters falls in, just because of it's just so brittle over time. But you notice one thing, especially Agnes. There's no hooks. There's no metal in here, and this is a butcher shop. You see all these straps hanging down, but no hooks. So anything metal, you find handles where meat cutting knives were once, or hatchets, or cleavers. All of the metal is gone. It's nothing but handles everywhere.
Very curious.
Yes.
Looks like someone may have run off with all this metal.
This place doesn't appear to be old enough for the metal to have, what is it called? Rotted, rusted.
The wood would have
oxidized
decayed
or
long
whatever.
before the metal would have.
Exactly, that's what I'm thinking.
And there's lots of small, glittery particles of like a metallic dust on the floor, especially around the larger concentration of knife handles and whatnot. There's couple old crates that say hangings on them, basically, and there's just inside of the crates, it's just kind of lined with a thin film of like a metallic type of dust.
Wait a second.
Yeah, could I maybe plunge my brain deep into thought and see if I recall any kind of similar things to this phenomena I'm seeing there?
I will allow you to give me a dungeoneering check
Dungeoneering,
to see if you recall any kind of subterranean knowledge on creatures and
I
whatnot.
don't have. I just have.
You don't have it? I'll let you still do one, but I'm going to give you a penalty in it.
Can I do that as well, Dave?
So who
Kinda
here
see if I can-
is anyone specialized in dungeoneering
I
because
think
of your
Killian and
background?
Agnes, I believe. No, Agnes.
Yeah.
I have it.
Killian, you are? Okay. Captain Tom, you are as well?
Yeah, I got a 19 on it.
No, I mean, are you
Oh,
specialized? I
No.
didn't think it would be part of your nautical background.
It's not a nautical based knowledge check, so there's an automatic. I probably don't know anything about it, but there's always
Yeah.
a chance, I guess.
Yeah, because if you're not I know anybody can roll anyway, but I'm just giving major penalties
Yeah,
because
this
you just
dungeoneering, I
have.
don't even want to roll
yeah.
with it. I prefer not to do a knowledge check. I have no training.
Wow.
Go ahead.
Killian, you don't recall anything. I mean, what would you
Oh,
trying to be
actually, Dave,
recalling knowledge
mine-
or lore about, Killian?
That should be a 15. It didn't add the +3 from
Your
dungeoneering
proficiency?
into that.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking. I'm seeing this metallic dust or whatever, and I'm thinking that may be some sort of like Mordecai once said about the buildings we ran across, some sort of beast poop or something, I'm just trying to see if I recalled any kind of beast that ate
Right.
metal or something like that.
My first thought
I have
was
no
that
idea, though. Upon
perhaps-
further thinking, I have no idea about this sort of phenomenon.
Dave, would these possibly be the rivets that held the handles onto the tangs of the cleaver and the carving knives and everything? Because if that's the case,
Well, there's no
This is
blades;
almost show-
it's just handles.
Yeah, it's just handles.
well,
It's
yeah,
just
but What I'm
handles.
saying is, would this metallic dust be the remnants of the rivets?
It could be
that
the
held
remnants
the
of the
handles
blades and
onto
everything.
these.
Killian.
Could be.
That
Yeah.
held these
Is there
handles
enough?
onto
Is there
them.
enough of these metal shards where it looks like it's everywhere on the floor? Dave?
Not everywhere, just in the areas of where like the handles are,
The handles are,
the
okay.
the hanging hooks are, stuff like that. A couple small other spots too as well.
At first,
Something-
I thought that perhaps goblins or kobolds or something had carried off the gold. I mean, the metal
gold.
for some sort of weapons. But upon further inspection, because I was basically Sherlock Holmes with a team of investigators here,
Right.
we
CSI Dragon Empire. Go ahead.
that doesn't make much sense anymore because there's all this powder on the floor. And
Alright. Well, maybe there's
As
something
far
in the
as-
air here that oxidizes weapons. Do everyone look at your gear and see if you're noticing any sort of oxidization on it or something. look
I
at
have
that.
good news, Vance.
What is it, Captain?
My peg leg is made of wood, so I'll be able to
I
walk.
see that. It
regardless.
will be okay, apparently. But how about
Everything
your
will be
belt
fine.
buckles and everything else, Captain? I look at my weapon. If I pull my longsword out, does it look fine?
No, everything looks fine. Looks like you
It's
just
not
oiled
getting-
it. Yeah.
Alright.
Agnes's
Well,
blades are beautifully polished in oil and blood. So I mean, yeah, her blades are still sharp. Killian, your sword still beautiful. Your daggers. Mordecai gets a little scared and he starts looking at all 7 of his daggers, and they all seem to be fine also.
No, 9 daggers. And a
Well,
cutlass.
yeah,
Oh my
the 7 daggers of sin that you have, plus
has
the
the
2
2
normal
cut-out
daggers. Yes,
Yeah.
plus your cutlass. Yeah, everything seems to be fine.
Dave, I'm gonna come up to this opening in the north.
Okay, you find a couple. What you could find and salvage out of this this old butchery shop, you could probably salvage a couple small hammers, wooden mallets. If if you want to take a couple small wooden mallets, you can call them clubs, and you could have, let's say, club damage or something. So, but that's pretty much anything of value. Everything else has just been destroyed.
Oh, very well. So
Yeah, I'm gonna walk out and I'm gonna come up to this opening in the north that Wilbur's standing next to.
Okay, hold your token 1 second there, bud.
Yep.
Oh,
Everything starts to shake again. Now I'm gonna roll to see if anything happens on my table that I made. So, whew, you're so lucky. I rolled a 1. Everything just kind of goes quiet.
Gillian, everything okay up there?
So far,
Seems to be a moment of calm. Nothing happens. Everybody's looking up, paranoid, looking up at the ceiling and looking at the walls, holding on to the walls. No stalactites. Agnes, you were not hit again. So, all right. So you see several broken pillars in front of you, Killian. And as you round this corner, you see that there is a fresh dead corpse, and you can see another corpse that isn't quite dead yet, that kind of sees the light beaming off of your torch, and it starts to gurgle something in a language that you do not know. But you do realize that this is a Sahuagin.
Do I
Captain,
understand?
get up here.
Okay? Captain,
You know,
you
it's
can,
Sahuagin.
yeah, as you round the corner, Captain, you can see that there is an opening here. It's much with Killian. It looks like, this basically looks just like the encampment of, Zoc and Sizz and, Tok. This looks like to be part of the Sahuagin camp. Of course there's other rubble thrown in there and, like half of an archway, but there's several dead Sahuagin. You round the corner, you can see that their fire pit, it's not burning, but it has that's, as you round the corner, you can smell a little bit stronger sense of something burning, or something that had been recently burning. So you can see that there's a lot of smoldering soot and ash in this fire pit.
What is it, brother? What happened down here?
This Sahuagin is basically, looks like it's on its last thread of life, and it tells you that Kak has been injured in the tent, and Kak cannot die. The life force of the Sahuagin rely on Kak. He cannot
Well,
die. You need to help
quickly.
him.
Let me see him. I have fish people medicine training.
He just shakes his head at you and falls over dead. Well, he doesn't shake his head at you. He kind of moves his head to where he moves towards the corner of the tent, and then he just kind of falls over.
I move. At that point, I move quickly towards the front of the tent and say,
Friend, I must see your leader. I can help him. I have training in nautical medicine.
He doesn't answer. He is dead, Captain.
Oh, I thought this... All right. Well,
But you can see that there is one of the tents, much like the elder tribesmen of the Sahuagin. You can see that this isn't their whole. This is just a small little portion of their encampment that has been shoved inside of this building. And there's lots of rubble around, and you can see that Kak has been, just wounded so badly. He has a large piece of wood just coming out the front of him, and it looks like it's buried in the ground, and it looks like something like a thin log for maybe a pointed fence or maybe an outpost. And it's gone directly through his shoulder. And this sucker's like,
check to see if I can help him.
yeah, you can see that he's barely breathing, and he can barely open his eyes and look at you.
I don't have enough knowledge to help the Sahuagin captain. You're gonna have to help him.
all right, here. Quickly, let me take a look at you.
I'm gonna try to roll a medicine, and while I'm looking him over, I'm pulling out one of my adventurer tier healing potions. And
Okay.
getting it ready to give to him.
Okay, sounds good. Looking for a DC
Dave, while they're
15.
doing that, I want to check these dead, so I'll go out here and see if I can tell what killed them.
I'm gonna help the captain because I have +3 in medicine.
Okay. With the assistance of Agnes, you're both able to work on him enough to get him stabilized. Now, he's got this massive wooden post sticking out of his... You guys mind if we keep going for a little while still?
No,
Go for it, dude.
You guys cool?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Sure.
you're
He's
the
got
one with
this-
the new bed you want to get to.
Yeah, I know.
You're
I'm
the
like...
one that wants to go to bed.
I'm
man.
11
Yeah, I
minutes
thought you
late,
said we were
guys.
cutting it off at midnight.
No, I don't want to do that. I want to keep playing. So yes, you're able to basically cut the wood, with your medicine checks and with the assistance of everyone else. You're able to get this thing cut. You're able to get him pulled up over without damaging anything else. He passes out basically. He comes to for a brief second, says something about Sahwa. I'm coming Sahwa, which Captain Tom and the lore of Sahuagin is the old out of character. It's like the Atlantis version of the Sahuagin people. Does it exist? Does it? We don't. Nobody knows. So, but it's deep ingrained into their their
Like
worship
their
and their
lives
yeah
or
exactly.
something like that.
So they're going to he thinks he's going to Sahwa basically.
When he says that, I'm gonna say,
You're not going anywhere, friend.
and I pull out my potion and I administer the potion.
Okay, so Kak he takes a couple sips of the potion, and you get the vial down. Go ahead and take it off your sheet, and then he passes out. But he's stabilized, and after a minute or two, you can see that he starts to breathe a little bit better, and it doesn't have that phlegmy last breath type of breathing. Yeah, exactly. And you can see that his wound is starting to cauterize just a little bit, but it's still such a massive hole, man. I mean, he's got a lot of damage there, and his shoulder's just not going to be right because it literally went through his bones and everything. And the way that the Sahuagin are, their shoulder and collars are much different than a human, so it's really done a lot of damage to him. But you get him stabilized. Good rolls, because there was a chance that he was going to die if you didn't get him stabilized. You were either going to be successful and stabilize him, or not be successful and die. So Agnes, that was good, because I was looking for a DC 15 and Kak almost died, which could have possibly hurt. Speaking out of character, it could have possibly hurt. If you took him back to Sis and whatnot, yeah, it could have possibly hurt. So There, I'm just trying to go with what would seem logical. So, but you get
I figured
you get
Agnes
him.
has had similar situations in the bars before.
Yeah.
We bear old Cack no ill will, we're just trying to come to some sort of into the whole Sahagin raids. We never intended to kill him, unless we had to.
No, Vance and Killian, you guys do notice that there is quite a few of these swords.
Yes, I was just going to ask.
Yes, there's quite a few of these swords that are basically stuck down into the ground. Sort of like that's just how they were storing them. And there's almost damn near a dozen of them.
I'm gonna take
Bear,
however
don't
many I
touch
can
the
handle.
shiny end.
I can handle, Dave. I don't know. There's no encumbrance in this game, but
No, there's not.
I don't think I could feasibly walk around with 12.
No, I mean everybody can carry a couple. Within reason, everybody can carry two.
I
Like
think you said
Killian.
Tasha said she was missing 4, but if these all look like hers, we might as well bring all we can back.
She's missing a few, but I think she also
Does she
told
have
you
some
that.
sort of maker's mark that she puts on her work.
Yes, it does have her emblem.
Mordecai's
Yeah,
knives or whatever.
the emblem
What
that it
does
has
the
on
floor
her
look like in here,
sign.
Dave?
It's like
dirt, I believe.
it's dirt. It is.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm actually going to drag these corpses over to one area
Before
and then
you
kneel
leave the-
down and start taking my shield and digging a hole
Before
to
you
bury
move
them
the
in.
corpses and you take the corpses anywhere, once again, I want to do a check on these corpses and see if I can tell what killed them.
Yeah, and sorry about that, Mordecai. I was going to get back to you on that, but it literally looks like that they were. There's lots of other rubble on the ground. It looks like it was just, several of these guys were hit by the large portions of stone that fell. Basically, all of them.
Force trauma.
And you can see that there's drag marks, basically, as they try to crawl away, because you can see that. I'm not a very good artist here, but yeah, there's just lines drawn to where they actually kind of drug their bodies this way.
Captain, do you think maybe we should go back to the old wooden building back there and see if we can get some timber and make some sort of something to drag old Cack behind us in until he fully recovers? Or
Whatever we're going to do, we've got to get him out of here. We've got to evac him
are
out
we
of this
gonna need
place.
some sort of, I don't know what you call it, a damn
Like a stretcher.
a gurney or something? Yes,
A
not
litter.
a stretch. There's something to drag him behind. Yes.
Just make some kind of sled is basically
Yeah,
what
that's
we want.
right. Yeah, there's something like that.
Well, before
We
we go
can use the
anywhere,
mallets. We'll have to pull some nails. Well, there are no nails. All the metal's gone. We'll find some way to join the wood together.
Before
we'll
we
make
go
a makeshift
anywhere,
one.
I'm going to bury these dead. They at least deserve that.
All right. As I realize, see Killian taking God knows how much time, and I am going to pitch in just to kind of speed this along a bit.
Let's take-
I'm staying beside this guy and
Yeah, keep-
until
keep
he
Making
on
recovers.
sure.
monitoring,
Yeah.
yeah.
It'll take you about 20-30 minutes to dig some shallow graves for all of these Sahuagin, but it's it happens.
Okay.
Yeah, just some kind of burial for them. They at least, like I said, they at least deserve that, even though they were trying to kill us at one point.
Well, you know, we did kind of drink from their well there, Killian. We can't claim that well as being anything but their property. We don't know the laws of the fish people or whatever they go by. I'm sure it was a very severe breach of courtesy, at least. Let's get these fellas to the ground, Killian, and I help you.
Yeah,
I'm pouring sweat.
we'll do that, and then I agree with Mordecai. We've got to get him out of here.
Yeah, so you guys, you get half an hour or so goes by. You get all of the corpses buried, and Captain kind of says a couple things about Sahwa. That's a place that they dream on going upon death. It's because they are pretty fierce warriors. You fought them on quite a few occasions. All right. So what do you guys think? You're building this gurney. You find enough materials, wood materials and leather
Yeah, for the
straps.
whole barn.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can get a lot of that
Wood
stuff
shop.
tore together. Yep. Yep. You can get a lot of that stuff put together. You make a gurney and you can basically drag it wherever you'd like.
We unfortunately kind of have to postpone our delving deeper into the dungeon to get this guy back to a camp so that he can
Yeah, and getting him topside is definitely
is a priority. Yeah.
We don't really. I know you're a bit trained in the ways of these fish people, but their anatomies, I'm sure, are somewhat beyond you, Captain. I don't think you've really administered care to a great number of them, have you?
I'm no doctor, but I
Wow.
Well, I will say that you and Agnes have done a bang-up job in a pinch. I'm
I
quite
told you I'm
amazed,
good with the
Captain.
needle and thread.
Very good.
Well, I guess somewhat luckily we are lucky in the fact that we are fairly close to the other village and we can get him there to get better treatment than what we can give him here. It's getting him up above ground at this point that's going to be the rough part.
Right. Okay, so yeah, I suppose we're gonna try and do that double time. Did you say your little prayer over these guys killing?
Yeah, I did that as we were burying them.
Okay.
The entire cave starts to shake and whatnot again. And you can see the stalactites overhead just rocking back and forth. The large mage tower just kind of swaying, and a couple chunks of the roof of a couple chunks of the tiles from the actual tower falling at the ground as you guys are pulling this Sahawag, and looks like you're pulling him back out to the top.
We're gonna pull
Back
him
to the other village,
back-
yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna take him to the
if
other.
we can
Guys.
get him all the way back there. If the path is
We
still
will.
clear out, yes,
we
we're
need to
gonna
go. We need to go
double
now.
time that.
So you guys
what
are
we're doing.
planning on coming back here, or what are you guys
Yeah, we're
planning
gonna
on?
come back here.
Yeah,
Okay,
we're gonna
cool.
drop
Close
him
enough that we
off
can
to
take
the
him there and
rest
come
of the
Yeah.
village.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume that Kalina and I are probably heading the gurney pulling since we're probably the strongest.
Yeah, if we get two ends of it, we can only go
You, me, and
single
Wilbur.
file of this thing, and so yeah, you
Captain.
two could probably handle it best.
Yes.
I'm gonna let's me and you take the lead out of here. That way, if we get surface and there's any creatures at the surface like we fought coming in here, then we can warn the others and go ahead and engage them and try to hold them off where the other ones can get him out.
Okay. Very good. I'll take a torch. Who's going? in
Yeah,
the lead?
you can
Agnes?
take my
I'm gonna-
torch.
I'll,
I'm
I'll
gonna
hold
go
your
ahead.
torch and I'll take the back.
I'll go ahead and
I'll
take a
stand here
torch
in the back, and
off of one
you
of them.
guys ahead of me, and then the rest, the battle party, so to speak, will take
Yeah.
point.
Okay.
Okay, I'll hand Mordecai the torch that I had lit.
So everybody in the
We'll
stream, the
carry him
quality is much better tonight. Everything should be fixed, hopefully. All right, so you
Yeah,
guys.
assuming it's gonna be a lot
Sure.
more
if we're
difficult
supposed to
than
take him
coming
out of here
down.
or not now, but I mean, yeah, I think getting him out is a
That's definitely probably the priority is to get him out. So you guys get him out. I'm going to set you guys back over towards the entrance. You guys are experiencing a living dungeon for the first time. Living dungeons are a big thing in 13th Age.
yeah.
I'm not liking what I'm seeing right now as a character. As a player,
I
this
like
is
I like
crazy.
the kind of way it could be random. You can make a living dungeon somewhat anything you like it.
Yeah, I kind of just wanted to have just a whole hodgepodge of shit
Right,
just thrown
yeah.
into
That's the
like
flavor
a
of
yeah.
it, right?
That's exactly the way it is. Yeah. Sometimes you could find a beautiful portion of a city intact, or sometimes you can run into something like this. So
After we take this guy back to the camp, that's
Yeah,
probably
CAC,
a good place to cut it off.
yep, that's what we're gonna do. You
Okay.
get back and Sizz, they really thank you. They notice that he's in really bad shape, but they do notice that you guys they actually feel that you guys did everything that you could to save him, because they see the all the linens that you put there and to stuff the wound, and they're definitely appreciative of you for doing this. So we're going to go ahead and stop here. Congratulations, you guys are level 3 now. So
Fantastic.
all right, so things are going to slow down quite a bit now.
All right.
How does that affect the disease at all? Or
Do we want to roll constitutions for
No,
today?
no, because
No?
you guys
Okay.
aren't resting. No, you
Yeah,
guys
we're
are
not,
still.
we're taking
We're
a
not.
rest. All right.
No, you guys still have your spent recoveries. Still have your Vance. If you have anything that's not recharged, it's still not going to be recharged because you guys are.
I spent
heading back in
my
here.
Song of Heroes, and I recharged that. The sound burst was a daily power. I can't recharge that.
So everybody, congratulations, you're level 3. If you need any help leveling up your character, let me know on like Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday because I'm back to
So
like
you
3-4
order
games a
ready
week
then,
now.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Choose your if you get any additional talents, choose those, put it on your sheet. Mordecai, if you get another
Mordecai
attack,
gets talents, so.
yeah, he gets a bunch of talents. So Agnes, if you get any more your flexible attacks, let me know. Captain, same with you. So, all right, everybody, thanks for playing.
Good
Sorry
game,
about
guys.
the
Good game.
sorry about the
Gee,
technical.
that was
Kids say.
As the kids say, G giggity G. So we'll continue here, back with the living dungeon as you guys depart the Sahawagan camp. It seems like they've got things taken care of a little bit, and also as you're traveling back, both Killian and Vance and Wilbur, you guys seem to be feeling a little bit better too. You know,
The new cure, stage
yeah,
2
you're
cure. is
you're
that what
not no, you're still stage 3, but
I was just
it-
talking about the cure. This,
oh yeah,
That was
yeah.
stage 1. The clamshell was stage 2.
Yeah, it was. All right, so thanks guys for playing. I appreciate it. I hope you
Yeah,
guys enjoyed it.
appreciate it,
So
buddy.
I'll see you guys later.